Okay, greetings. This is Cathy Wachira, and as usual, I'm very happy to share with you. And today, I want to answer a question that I've just received from one of us. I don't know whether it's a question or a concern, and that is about marrying a pastor. Okay, but before I do that, I also want to welcome all our new subscribers. Karibu sana. May the Lord bless you, and I pray that this channel is going to be of help and a blessing to you. So as I begin this, I want to tell this person the name withheld. Please don't marry a pastor. Don't marry a pastor. Marry a man. If that man happens to be a pastor, then we thank God. If that man happens to be a doctor, then we thank God. Because the question is from a lady. If the man happens to be a nurse, a teacher, the president of whichever country, we thank God. But if you are going to marry somebody, or if you're in a relationship with somebody and you've been carried away by their title, then you might be very disappointed in the future. Because we don't date or marry titles. Those are just titles and they're related to our place of work or to our calling. Okay? And to be specific, this particular question is about a pastor. A pastor is a calling, or for some people, it is even a job. Okay? So, the reason why I'm saying this is because I know this person has asked this question, and I'm not going to finish everything she said, is because there are some red flags that she's already seeing. She's seeing there is a title here, and she's seeing a man, and she's seeing some red flags. Now she's torn between whether to overlook the red flags and just look at the title and say, because this is a man of God, everything will be fine. Those men of God are first men before they are of God. They are men. When a man is in the house, he's a man. That particular pastor, when he's in the house, he's not going to be in the house as a pastor. In the house, he's going to be your husband or the father of your children. So, and if those are the reasons you are having a red flag concerning, then there is trouble. Okay? So, a man of God or a pastor can be a wonderful man in church, in the congregation, preaching the right things, teaching the right things, praying for people, lovely in front of everybody, a blessing to everyone in church. In fact, to the point that even if you are to tell people in church, hey, there's something wrong here, nobody's going to believe you. Why? Because this is the most wonderful pastor that they have. Okay? But this same person can be someone who is horrible. And I will use the word horrible. Okay? It's not a very bad word, but it's just to show how sometimes people can be the opposite. He can be a horrible man at home. Okay? In other words, when it comes to now a relationship, he's struggling. He's maybe because of his background, maybe because he has never worked on relationships, maybe because he does not know how to share. You never know, for whatever reason, he's struggling. So someone can be wonderful in church, but when it comes to the house, he's struggling. The same to a doctor, the same to a president, the same to all this. That is why we are seeing even so many separations and divorces. And you wonder, how can a pastor divorce? How can you say this pastor is bad? This pastor is very good. It's because this pastor is good. And most pastors are good. They are very good. Pastors, very anointed. They do the work of God very well. But when it comes to relationships, they are struggling. Okay? So if there's something, because you've been courting with this man or dating, I don't know which stage of the relationship you're in. If there is a problem, there is a red flag, then I think that is something you really need to consider and ask yourself if you can live with that man. Because for you, he will not be a pastor. For you, he'll be your husband. Ask yourself, this man, let's remove the title of the pastor. Can I really live with him? And I know it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. It's easier said than done to say, let's put away the title. But unfortunately, in the world where we are living today, you have to put away that title and ask yourself, now, can I live with this man? Is this the man that I want to spend the rest of the days of my life with? Ask yourself that question. Because for you, in the house, when he comes, he's not coming in as a pastor. He's not coming to pray. He's not coming to preach. He's not coming to teach. He's not coming to be wonderful. He's coming in there as a man. So if the issues the red flags that you're seeing have to do with the man part of him, then there's a problem. And I don't think you want to spend the rest of your life trying to love a title. Because it's very difficult to love a title. Because you're loving something that is empty. But now the man The man, you've ignored the man part and you're having a title. Listen, let us not go for titles. If someone is first of all, someone is a man, or if it's a woman, is a woman before they become those titles. Those are just titles, those are places of work. Let us not get carried away with them. Men of God are not angels. Pastors are not angels. They are first of all men. They have feelings, they have needs, they have thoughts. They struggle like the rest of us when it comes to their own carnal life. But spiritually, they might be doing well because that is the anointing of God that is working through them. But when it comes to relationship, they might struggle. So ask yourself, do you want to continue to struggle with him, or are you ready to continue with him? And for you it might be a struggle, but for another woman it might not be. Okay, so don't marry pastor, marry a man. If he happens to be a pastor, we thank God, but don't marry a man because he's a pastor, because then you'll be very disappointed and realize that men of God are first of all men. I pray that I've helped you and helped others also, not only a pastor but any other title that we seem to revere than anything. May the Lord bless you and help you.